Hey guys, Mike Goldstein here of EasyDatingCoach.com. Today's topic is how emotions are messing up your judgment and causing you to pick the wrong men. This is so important because if you get to pick one person for the rest of your life, right? Well, assuming that's what you're looking for. And so if you get one person, you should make sure you get it right. And I don't say this to be avoidant of commitment. I say this, know who you are, know who they are, know exactly what you want. Now, here's how emotions are coming in and screwing this thing wildly up. I want to tell you a story. I was talking to a potential client today. She's in London, and she gets involved with this man. So he was separated from his wife. He's got 2 kids, and they meet, and it is electric. There's so much stuff in common. The chemistry is off the charts. And then eventually, at some point, they have sex. And she proceeds to tell me that the sex is electric and the best sex she's ever had. And they end up dating intensely for, let's call it 6 months or so. And then the man decides to go back to his wife and kids. And then, in order to separate everything, he decides to move to San Francisco with his wife and kids. And she's calling me to talk about this on what she should do. And, from us looking at this situation, I think all of us are like, we know exactly what to do, and this is easy. And I think all of you are like, man, I could be a dating coach. This is easy. I could give her advice. But what we're missing is emotions. And it's not fair for us to totally judge this from the outside, because when you're dating someone, you kind of lose some of your judgment because there's a lot of emotions coming in of the happiness, the smiling, the passion, and the butterflies, and all these things happening that maybe have not happened for a long time, or there's a massive amount of emotion that are then potentially messing up judgment. So my point of all this is you need to realize how you work so that you can be effective in dating. So a lot of women have realized that when they have sex, that draws them very close to a man. So a lot of women are not having sex until they feel comfortable and know that, hey, if we have sex and then this guy leaves, I'm fine with it because I felt good about the relationship. I thought we were moving forward and it was time to have sex. And so if you know that causes emotion, that's been your strategy, awesome. But what else is causing emotion? And what else is potentially affecting judgment? So going and doing that inner work and looking at yourself so that you can make the appropriate decision on men, and just in everything that you ever make a decision on, is so important. So knowing how you work is going to be vital. So with all this being said, so once we get emotions out of it and we're just looking at the man, we need to have documented what we need in a man. What are the 5 qualities that we absolutely must have in a man, and do these men have it? And then remove the emotion. So just to come full circle in this story, in this particular instance, obviously, this woman just needs to, there's nothing here. The guy chose his wife, and you're the other woman, and you don't want to be there. Most of the women watching this, they want to be number one woman. They want to feel amazing with their partner and feel special and feel cherished. And you're not getting that, and there's nothing here. You just want to be the number one person. And for all of you, we're not settling for that. We're here for the real deal, and we're going to make it happen, and we're not putting up with that. So the bottom line is we have to realize we have to try to take ourselves out of these situations and do the work before we get in them of, well, what are my rules, or what is my system on how I'm going to date men? What triggers my emotions? What causes me to choose men that might be wrong? What's triggered me in the past? Why did I choose these men? What did I do to get to an emotional state very quickly and not maybe look under the hood of the car to get the logic of, does he have the things I need? Is this the person I can spend my life with? Or do I just feel butterflies, and do I just have all these emotional things that I haven't felt in a while and I'm excited? So the easiest thing is trying to think about this up front before it happens, because once you're in it, and it's going to be very hard to figure out, like, what's the emotional thing saying this guy's great, what's your heart telling you, what's your brain telling you. It's too hard. So I beg you, if you're doing this, start thinking about strategy before you get into it, or you're doomed to pick the wrong partner over and over again unless you build a system for yourself. If you guys need any help building a system, getting a guy, any of this, I want to help you. So if you want to consider coaching with me, I'm going to set up a 15-minute phone call. I'll put a link to get on my calendar. You can set up a call. We will talk it through, and we can start building you a system to go get a man, to have a strategy on how to do it. So let's do it. And if you enjoyed this video, hit like. If you're not subscribed to the channel, subscribe. I've got a few hundred videos. Would love for you to bask in them. Anyway, I love all of you, and we'll see you next week for another video.